here for the 50th anniversary of California's Great America. Look at that. Want me to take you guys a photo for you guys?
Sure, that'd be great.
Just met some wonderful people at the entrance. Veterans, people who've been coming to this park for a lot longer than I have. And oh, look at this, they got a band. Also, don't forget the pin. Oh, upside down. Don't forget the pin. 50th anniversary pin.
Today celebrating the 50th anniversary, but some of you are celebrating your 66th anniversaries or 67th anniversaries because this was your first job. And I'm going to say this is one of the biggest draws, this is one of the biggest benefits of having Great America here outside of the entertainment that it provides. It provides not just entertainment, but work. And I hope that you have another 50 years here. Thank you very much.
You want to catch some shade? This is the place to be, right here. Right next to the Demon, which is not open yet, so surprisingly that they haven't opened some of these rides yet. It's already 10:17, so. And of course you got the food court right over here, offering the very best in French fries, chicken fingers, I don't know what else they have, but. Oh, and this right here. Now, I think at Disneyland, they're gonna be making those Autotopia vehicles electric. These ones are still gasoline powered, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they're on standby. Then you got your carnival games over here. Carnival fun. There's a time capsule somewhere around here. If not, I think it's on the other side of the park. One of the most, there's a lot of old rides here. For me, I think the most classical one will have to be the Psycho Mouse one. That one was here during the Paramount days. Still popular to this day. Look at the queue line. It is long. So I'm not surprised. Now we are here in Snoopy Land, or Planet Snoopy, sorry. Planet Snoopy. You'll see Snoopy just greeting its guests. Now right here, it actually used to be a Nickelodeon land. That used to be a SpongeBob ride. The boats are still intact. They still use the same rides though, the same mechanism, the same carts. They just give it a nice little new paint job. And then over on this way, this area, picnic area, actually used to be a water maze. You can walk through, get wet, there's handles, it was an interactive space. And right over there, you could take pictures with the good old Nickelodeon characters. I think that particular backdrop was the Blue's Clues thinking chair for any Blues fans out there. It was this exact wall where they had it, right here in this area. And then back here where this is now full of water slides, was a auditorium or theater, as you'd say, where you can do a lot of, it was basically a slime, they would have slime shows, they would have a ton of activities for families to come and interact with. Nothing but memories now. Hey. That's a cute little Snoopy. If only this guy had like a 50th anniversary, that would be great. So as I was continuing to shoot, I ran into former employees from the Marriott's Great America, and I asked them what it meant to them to work at Marriott's Great America at the time. And well, I got the chance to spend a day with them, and hey, here's the clips from that.
It really took a lot. We put our heart and soul into opening the park and designing it and building it and all of its rides at the time. It was the thrill and the memory of a lifetime. We loved this park. We loved seeing the people out in the park. There's special moments like before the park opens in the morning when there's that morning light coming through the park and the music's still playing. And then in the evening when you close it at midnight or late at night and the fireworks have gone off, you can still smell the sulfur in the air and all the light moving through. It's great.
I came to work for Great America as the receptionist, and that was in 1975. We opened the park. It was the best job I ever had in all those years. And the reason for that is because it was so family oriented. The people were marvelous. I made some really good friends that I'm still friends with today.
The employees came together in this whole friendship culture because there were so many fun things that we did after work, and we have lifelong friendships because of this. But I did a lot of promotions. I was Bugs Bunny, got to go to Stanford Hospital, got to be on I was the co-grand marshal of the, what was that? March of Dimes Walkathon with Donnie and Marie. It's very special, and every single one of us who worked here will never forget it.
I started at Hometown Grill in 1976 and worked there for a few years while I was in college, became a food service training person, and then ended up in HR where I spent about 15 to 18 years. Boy, I owe Great America a lot. I met lots of friends, I got a career, and friends that I still have today. We have really good memories of working here at the park.
We worked with the best group of people ever. After leaving here and going on to my own career, I always look back on the things that we learned here, all the different people we ran into, and we're still all great friends too. There's probably about 40 or 50 of us that all still stay in real close contact, and they all started here. We all worked together at one point.
There used to be a berm here, and there was an entrance into Carousel Plaza, and there was a railroad that came across the top here.
Oh, that's right. Someone mentioned it was a train somewhere.
Put in Gold Striker.
Wow. So was was a train similar to the one you have in Disneyland, like the little one that goes all the way around the theme park? Like it takes you from one part of the park to the other? Wow.
Yeah, it was the same idea. Went all the way around. Well, I got to ride the carousel before I leave. So, you want to go upstairs or down?
They say upstairs is the better view.
Well, it's traditional to get up there. You look at the paintings, are still famous horse. That is a replica of the Silver Anniversary horse, and which was designed for some famous carousel. But that's a fiberglass mold of the actual horse.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the Grand Experience. For your own safety, use the
The actual Silver Anniversary horse is wood that was in a situation where we couldn't put anybody on it, but we actually molded it from it.
Over here, there's more over here. Got this one right here. That's a workout.
That's great.
Brings back memories?
Oh yeah, absolutely does. Yeah.
All right, I think the exit is, I think it's that way?
I don't know. It's a road.
So they've maintained these really well. They repainted them. They're keeping them in good shape.
Yeah, because you won't know that they're, yeah, because like there's not a lot of chips on these horses.
These
They're
are
very
50
well.
years old.
This was 50 years old. Look at that.
And what I see is all the friendships we made over the years that have lasted. And I think that's one thing that people aren't aware of is it becomes a real family in the park.
Yeah.
You know, you go out, you see people, you recognize them. There's kind of a kinship and a kindred spirit. That's part of being a theme park employee.
That huge picture around the pool. Wait a minute.
It's right there. It's right there.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I helped set that up.
I'm sure you did, and
Yeah.
it was. And we were there.
We put all, I think it was maybe 2,000 employees that we had around this pool, and we did an aerial shot with a cherry picker, and all theme parks do this in the first day. So we did that the day before on Friday, and we had everybody around the pool because right after that we had a dedication ceremony with Mr. Marriott, all the officials, and we did that without the public here. The public the next day was a normal operating day, and you know, people say, "Oh, first one in." No, they'd actually we'd have people in, but we had all the employees here, and everybody up on the carousel, and then all the way around the pool, and there was an aerial shot showing the whole carousel plaza.
And the characters were right in the front.
And then every employee got one.
And it was so cool because back then, when we had themed uniforms for every costume, for every area, there's like huge swan, yellow county fair, Lee County Fair, there's the Yankee Park guys.
They all had different uniforms and different colors, and they're very proud of that. You know, there was a real pride in where you worked and you did.
Yep.
That's very real.
The entertainers, so all the street characters, all the show people around there, and I made a barbershop quartet. We used to walk around singing all the time. We had a marching band, which was awesome. The best musician. We had musicians come from Texas.
And Mark Waxman, who was here, he was in the Continental Militia. We actually had very accurate portrayals of the 13 colonies militias. So every single soldier of the 13 soldiers, plus there was a drummer, was Continental Army, and there was a flag bearer. They were all in the actual uniforms of the original Revolutionary War heroes.
Yeah.
And they all knew that they did the martial drill from that period. So they marched, and they were all Santa Clara Vanguard graduates. So they were in the elite marching drill unit from the nation right here in Santa Clara.
Right.
So they were all, and Mark was the drummer. So they had to learn all the Revolutionary War patterns to tap. It didn't last very long. Every single event and activity in the park is given a per capita rating as to how many customers it entertained. At the end of the year, the Continental Militia was the lowest, and that's why it got cut. It had the least audience.
Because the idea was Marriott's Great America was supposed to be kind of like patriotic, right?
Yes.
That's kind of how it was supposed
a country.
to be.
Right. It was a tribute to the nation. It was opened in 1976, the bicentennial, and here we are in the, I don't know what they call it, 250th. So we're celebrating the nation's history and this history.
Wow.
I remember I had a hard time getting the entertainment editor from the Chronicle to come down. Because he wasn't going to review some theme park. When he finally came, he realized what we had going here. It was real hard to get him to come and see the show. And then when he did, he went, "Oh, this is great music for you."
Oh, I see. There's an old newspaper in that little historical room. I don't know if it's that one because it's like a grand opening of March. It has the date. It has the grand opening date, March 20th, and it has like a picture of the carousel in there.
The historical?
It's in here. It's in there. Have you guys been there yet?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Come on.
Let's see, Bernie.
I thought you guys have already seen that.
No.
That's why I thought. Oh, they probably already seen that.
Hey
so.
guys, let's go to the history room. Have you seen it? No.
It has all the old newspapers. Yeah. Right down this way. It's right in. Actually, no. It's over there.
Right there.
It's right there. Yeah. Straight that way.
You know, that's what it was like when I first got here. And see, it was all gold.
So you were here when they were just building all of that. Wow.
Wow. That's so cool.
And here's the paper I was telling you guys about. Right there.
Carousel song.
Oh, it's the original?
Too, yeah.
That's a Carousel song. We would open the park with that music.
Oh.
And there are words to it. There's Carousel going, drug over grass spring for luck, Music director was Gene Patrick, and he wrote all the music and basically set up all the shows. These were all models of our castings of original Carousel animals from the 1800s and early 1900s.
Wow.
And so they're fiberglass, but they were all based on the originals.
Because the originals were, I think, full thick wood, like
They were
were.
wood. And,
Yeah.
And the thing is, you couldn't have them last forever.
No.
So you'd make
Yeah.
something that would last.
And probably expensive to make, I'm sure, like pure wood.
But they used glass eyes, and then look at the eyes on it. See, that's our painted. They would put in a glass eye.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even see that. Wow.
So all that publicity, if that's what I was trying to generate. All those stories.
I know like speaking of the tram, because the Baffonte Garden has that train that goes all the way around. Was that similar to what
Yeah.
Marriott used to have?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a gas-powered pseudo-steam engine, so it was very reliable.
Yeah.
And it ran around. Actually, that was one that was almost just like the Continental Militia that got eliminated because of per caps.
Right.
That didn't have high per cap siding. It was basically a transport ride, and people would go. Oh, there were like 4 stations, I think, along the way, or 2, and not a lot of people would want to ride it.
Oh yeah, because you guys, I'm guessing they still use the clickers back then, right? They kind of keep track of how many people was actually using it.
I had to give a report every Monday to the staff meeting on what had happened over the weekend, so I would have all the stats and statistics, and I knew what everything was going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Theme parks every day, every morning there's a debrief as to what happened the previous day. And you tell them everything from the standpoint how many people were in the theaters, what was going on, what the food movement was, the front gate, group sales, all of that.
Wow. So back then, the way you would handle customer feedback was through like a written note or like just word of mouth.
And there was no internet, so everyone would write notes. If there was a suggestion, it was up at the front and get service to someone to write down a note. And there were many times when we had to go up. One night, it was late one night, and I got a call that there was a guy at the front gate who didn't speak English, and he was speaking German, and he kept saying journalist, so they called me. So I was like the duty officer. So I go on up to the front, and I go up to this man, and I tried to speak. He didn't speak English. He spoke German, and so I looked at him and I said, "Parlez-vous français?" He spoke French. And he went, "Oh, oui, je parle français." And so we communicated in French, because I knew French, my old high school French. And so I spoke to him in French, and he actually wanted to know more about the park. So for an article he was writing about California.
All right, guys, we got the chicken tenders with potato fries. And here's Bernie.
They're really, really good. I remember when this was Maggie Brown's 50 years ago. And the dinner was fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn on the cob. I don't remember how much it was, but it was really good then. And I'm thrilled to see that it's really good now, too.
That's the chicken tender, guys. Pretty nice, soft meat. Not a lot of sauces, but
This is seasoned just right. This right here, seasoned perfect. A little garlic, oregano, salt, really good.
to talk to some wonderful people that used to work here when it was Marriott's Great America. Bernie here was one of them. I'll post the rest, like all the interviews in there, but yeah, so let's see, that's the original shirt right there.
Bugs Bunny.
One of those is her, right?
Yep. It's actually, a friend made this for me for today. Yes.
That's
yes.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and I'll post all the interviews on the channel. And thank you.
I can't wait to watch this channel.
Thank you, and really appreciate you guys who already supported, who already subscribed, and see you on the next one though.